Good evening. Tonight is the 26th of October 2023. Tonight I will present you a study which has not been presented anywhere in Turkey, but first time it's the appearance. This is the very much accepted and followed by millions in Turkey, but only a few have a specific buying. Others only buy it as like for retirement pension. So, but you can, and everybody can reach this from regular banks, any Turkish bank, just opening an investment account. So, first of all, our friend prepared an Excel sheet which calculates the returns of the Turkish mutual funds. Mutual funds are a group of like any item. For example, they can be American NASDAQ shares that are designed by the mutual fund person who runs it. And they are totally free to play around it, except they must go around with the rules of the Turkish regulators. Like they cannot add 100% of one type of share. They cannot exceed 12% in one share. Like they have to have the third, second one in a certain quantity. So there are many limitations. These are to secure the returns of the investors. If you want to go further and you say, I don't want to be controlled in any way, and I want more freedom, there are funds for millionaires, Turkish millionaires, not American millionaires, that they know exactly what they are doing. So there is more risk involved. They are called free mutual funds. So in Turkish, serbest mutual funds. So this time, one of my subscribers is calculating every day. These numbers are issued by Turkish government office. You know, it's not an individual job. All banks, all the funds in Turkey are collected there. You can buy from any bank all of these. You don't have to open separate accounts in different banks or managing firms, okay? So for one account is good enough. So besides going into details, I know most of my followers are from Turkey, so but this is going to be new for them as well, because we are calculating returns in US dollars, exactly how much US dollars we made from 5 years to 1 month. So this is the first time I'm showing you. I attached the link in the explanation section of the video, so you can extract the information you want to. I tried to make the topics in English, but of course the names will take me extremely long. I'll just go through them for you. You may have to translate if you are not Turkish, okay? So let's go with the Excel chart. Okay, I received a permission from my friend. Otherwise, I would not show anything that's just sent to my eyes only. So he asked me, yes, I can share it. I can share the information. So now we are here in the table. I will follow up from the table. As you see, Tefas mutual fund dollar returns as of today, 10/26th of these days are reversed for you. Of course, there is that's the European style of writing dates. Days first, months later, and year last. So right now, let's start with the months. If we go here, we have the names of the funds. They're short acronyms, they're symbols, okay, here. Maybe I can enlarge them a bit as well. Bold, no, let's go from here. Bold, okay. Maybe a little larger, not that large. So they fit in their columns. Okay, so these are the names of the funds. Okay, I'll go by the monthly returns first of all. So to see, if you sort from Z to A, the ones that brought the most. If you sort from A to Z, this is the ones who lost money in the month. So during the first month, as we see, there are yellow funds. Yellow funds are gold, okay? So that's why we colored them in gold. Gold this month is leading the pack, as it's giving between 6 and 7 and 5%, depending on the mutual funds of different people. 80% must be gold. The remaining 20% is free for the people who run the fund. They can manage as they like. So like this is ICBC Turkey. ICBC is a Chinese bank, as you may know. These are different, like İş Bank Gold Fund. So I didn't translate this, okay? No chicken translation. Okay, the first one this month is a blockchain technology. And it's although you don't have ETFs, we have blockchain technology funds in Turkey. They are not directly buying cryptocurrencies, but they are investing in the software of the cryptocurrency or blockchains, let's say. Maybe indirectly to MicroStrategy and things like that. You can see the details if you look into their details. And this is a short-term loan facility fund. So this one is brought 8%. So monthly so far, we didn't have a very good month due to, 8% is not bad in US dollars, I know. It's an annual, mostly it's done annually with so many, but the gold, you can be sure that wherever you live in US dollars, in Europe, in US, you made about 6-7% this month. Months are not from the beginning to start. Like today is the 26th, so this is coming from the 26th of September, okay? Not like the 1st of October. So exactly 31 days. So now let's just skip to the second part, or let's see what are the losers this month, biggest losers. Let's put them from Z to A to Z. Okay, as we see, there are some Turkish local. Today, the Turkish stock exchange increased by 3.5%, but yesterday we had a very drastic fall, about above 7% in the indices. So these are mostly from Turkish stock exchange due to that huge monthly loss. So we are not just telling you who made the most of profit, but there is no shame, because you will see these funds made incredibly well in the long term. Let's stay with this first one. ST1 is a strategy, number one Turkish stock exchange shares. This month lost 17%. In 3 months, it's still above at 23% gains it made in dollars. In 6 months, 20%. Year to date, it lost 7%. 1 year, starting from this day to 1 year, is 41% in US dollar terms. 3 years, 153%. And 5 years, 217% returns in 5 years. So this is important, because I know in US, average returns are like 10%, 7, 10, 12%. We are talking, if you divide this by 5, it's like 40%, okay? Huge returns. And this year as well, 40% in US dollars. I'm not talking Turkish lira. So that's why we take mutual fund returns in US dollars. So now we can skip to year to date, the best ones of the year to date, because there are large groups of investments that are available. Year to date, I painted the best one that returned year to date is 43%. It's a metaverse and digital life technologies, 43%. This is a mixture of Nasdaq and Turkish technology stocks. Second one is a fund which can the management can change the inside, not limited by certain type totally, but with very small limitations. So this is called değişken. Değişken means they can change it. They lost in a month about 6%. In 3 months, 29, 6 months, 26. Year to date, they made 34%. And 1 year, they made 61% in 1 year in US dollars, okay, returns. This is on top of your own money. And IPB is another interchangeable fund, which made -2 in the first month, 31% in US dollars year to date, 84% in 1 year. And you can see these funds, they do not have 3 years and 5 years. They are relatively new. But this one here is for 3 years, returned 169%. For 5 years, 178% returns. Okay, I'm just making sure that my display is showing at this time. So right now, right here at the fourth line, you will see this is interesting. This is an American NASDAQ exchange technology mutual fund, contains only foreign technology stocks. And this one also just lost 1% during the month. Year to date, it gained 31%. 1 year, 26%. And in 5 years, only 40%. Okay. So this blockchain technology we talked recently, this is just a new mutual fund, just filled its 1 year. So we can go to another one. This is also Akportföy New Technologies Foreign Stocks. This is also same as NASDAQ, or let's say stocks chosen from NASDAQ. It's -2, -9 in 3 months. And you all know NASDAQ is not performing very good recently. But in 6 months, it returned 11%. Year to date, it returned 30%. Same 1 year. And in 5 years, 59% return. So this is like 10% per annum, which is regular for the US, I think. Yeah? For a mutual fund, this is not just one share. It's a mixture of shares. So the risk is distributed. It's not like sitting on 6, 7, 5 shares, okay? It's evenly distributed. So you can see there are more here, from American technology to some famous Turkish banks. But I will just go to 1 year winners of the 1 year. Okay, the Interchangeable Fund of Istanbul, Portföy Group, these are fund group, they made 84% in US dollars in 1 year. IDH is a famous bank in Turkey. This covers like the firms that are not included among the index, the 100 index. Okay, so they are chosen from smaller firms. They lost 8%, but they made 83% this year. All Turkish. The ones you see mostly are 100% composed of Turkish stock exchange. Gave extremely well returns. You know, I made about similarly like 80-70%. And took my profits and returned them to US dollars. 84% is a very good money, you know, in 1 year. So you make $100 is now $184 in 1 year. Okay, now I will skip to, I won't spend a lot of time on each because this is for English training or for Turkish people, or anyone may be interested if they come across my channel. In these returns, they can check how they can join the Turkish banks to buy these funds. As you see, TCD is an interchangeable one. In 5 years, it's the record breaker, which made 463% returns. These numbers, as you see, there's a big formula in here, are filling in automatically every day. This is how the computer expert, Excel expert, my subscriber prepare this list. It's not easy. They have to check the US dollar rates every day and apply it to daily prices. So you can see 463% most, and then 345, 320. If you are a Turkish person, there is no tax on these ones if you keep it more than a year. So of course it may be different for foreigners, because like this one made in 5 years, 345%. So your money basically quadrupled, including your own money. This is 445%. Okay, this is another Turkish stocks, all of them, all the way down, the initial one. There are some Turkish technology, and until last year, 2 years ago, record breakers were oil, petroleum funds, and commodity funds. We have all sorts of them. Don't just think that these are only Turkish stock exchange or US Nasdaq, S&P type stocks. We have European, we have G20 mutual funds. So we have gold, silver. So I'll show you where gold and silver rank in US dollars, if I can find that. Okay, here. They are painted yellow, so they will show easily. They brought in 42% in US dollars, okay? These funds returned 33, 42% in 5 years. This is again roughly around 9% per year. It's 8-9% per year. That's how I show my followers. If you invest in gold, you make roughly the last 15 years is around 7 to 8% in silver as well. So these are like BIST 30 indices, which means you buy the S&P index, like Turkish first 30 shares, then the banks returns. So if you go above, you will find many varieties of different companies. Okay, so I hope this was a bit of helpful for you. Also, I know for my it's 18 minutes. My Turkish followers, most of them, they wanted to know what are we making in dollar terms. If we are buying these, okay, we are hearing due to inflation very high numbers, but are we losing? Are we making money? Because last year there was like 100% inflation. So even if you make 120, you saying maybe did I lose money? Did I make money? So this is very hard. And also in US, you should do the same, because your money is not the same US dollar. In 3 years, it lost 20% of its value. Similarly here, you are using purchasing value. Okay, so that's why I'm not worried about that. Like if gold is made like 40%, 50% in US dollars in 5 years, even losing like another 10% of it, it's a net for 30%, okay, which is incredibly well without inflation deducted. So US inflation deducted, US dollar inflation. So I wish you all good night, and I hope you can keep following my different YouTube videos on different subjects each time. So tonight it was mutual funds. It can be anything from home staging to fix and flip, and or just invest in gold, silver, all those. So we'll catch back again after tomorrow. Okay, have a good night, all of you.